Before starting the chapter, The Black Aeroplane, let's know about the theme of the story. The writer, Frederick Forsyth, he is sharing his quite unique but mysterious experience during his flight from Paris to London. While taking the flight, he was dreaming about the long holiday which he was going to enjoy with his family. He was also fantasizing about the scrumptious breakfast which he would have upon his landing. But while crossing Paris, he got the look of the dark clouds. Now that was the sign of the storm upcoming. The right decision would have been to turn back to the Paris for the sake of the safety, but being overshadowed by his dreams and not wanting to delay them, he risked the life of all the passengers and headed straight into the storm. While entering into the cloud, he found everything was getting dark. He was unable to see anything. All his direction instruments stopped functioning and he lost control of the plane. He lost. When his plane entered into the cloud, everything got dark over there. He was unable to see anything. Even all his direction instruments stopped functioning and he lost control over the plane now. When all the hope was lost and he was now panicking as there was very less amount of fuel left in his plane now. But quite miraculously, a black aeroplane appeared in the clouds. The anonymous pilot of that plane guided him to come out of the storm and disappeared as soon as they saw the light over the runway. Now, the author he was full of gratitude for this pilot for his safe landing. Now he rushed to the air traffic control office to know about the pilot who had saved his life. But to his very amazement and shock, he was informed by the lady over there that it was his only plane that was flying that night. So we come to know that the author must have been a very fortunate and good human being, as even the angels were ready to help him in his difficulties. See the chapter The Black Aeroplane. The moon was coming up in the east behind me, and stars were shining in the clear sky above me. There was not a cloud in the sky. I was happy to be alone high up above the sleeping countryside. The author said that as he was flying his old Dakota DSO 88 aeroplane over the France that night, the moon it had come up in the eastern side behind his plane and stars were shining in the clear sky above me, and he also found in the clear sky the stars could be seen twinkling over there. There was not a cloud in the sky. There was no presence of any cloud in the sky. I was happy to be alone high up above the sleeping countryside. The pilot felt very peaceful and calm to be alone above flying over the countryside as the whole people were fallen asleep. I was flying my old Dakota aeroplane over France back to England. As the pilot, he was flying his plane over France to England back. I was dreaming of my holiday and looking forward to being with my family. I looked at watch 1:30 in the morning. When he looked at his watch, he found it was 1:30 in the morning now, and he started now fantasizing about his free time and holidaying with his family over his landing. I should call Paris control soon, I thought as I looked down past the nose of the aeroplane. I saw the lights of a big city in front of me as the pilot was flying above the France. When he looked down to see down, he found the lights of the big city. It was now blaring at him. Now he decided to inform the Paris control room about his flight and destination. So, what he did, I switched on the radio. He switched on the radio to convey the message and said, Paris control, Dakota DS-08 here. Can you hear me? I am on my way to England. Over. So, he switched over to his radio and informed that he was on his way to the England. The voice from the radio answered me immediately. DS-08, I can hear you. You ought to turn 12 degrees west now. DS-08, over. Now at his call, the control agency replied him back with further instruction to turn 12 degrees towards the west. I checked the map and compass, switched over to my second and last fuel tank and turned the Dakota 12 degrees west towards England. Now after receiving these instructions, the pilot geared up and followed them while putting the last fuel tank into operation now. I will be in time for breakfast, I thought. Good big English breakfast. Everything was going well. It was an easy flight now. Now the pilot started dreaming about his good time with his family and having a satisfactory breakfast at the destination point. See next. Paris was about 150 kilometers behind me when I saw the clouds, storm clouds. They were huge. They looked like black mountains standing in front of me across the sky. Now his plane had crossed Paris and he found next himself surrounded among the clouds, storm clouds, and these clouds were the signal of approaching storm. They were huge. They looked like black mountains. The size of these clouds, they were so huge and black. They were giving the appearance of the black mountains standing in front of him. I knew I could not fly up and over them. I did not have enough fuel to fly around them to the north or south. And the author, he knew it very well. It was impossible for him to go above them or escape these clouds, as the amount of the fuel that was left very less in his last tank. I ought to go back to Paris, I thought, but I wanted to get home. I wanted at breakfast. I will take the risk, I thought, and flew that old Dakota straight into the storm. The author knew it very well that the right decision would have been to fly back to Paris safely, but his wish to meet his family, it was so desperate, as he wanted to enjoy the English breakfast with his family, so he took the wrong decision to take his plane right into the inside the clouds, everything was suddenly black. It was impossible to see anything outside the aeroplane. The moment the pilot took his plane inside the clouds, he found suddenly everything turned to be dark and black over there. There was no visibility in the sky. The old aeroplane jumped and twisted in the air. Due to darkness, he lost the way, and his old Dakota, it started now jumping and taking twists in the air. I looked at the compass. Compass is the instrument to show the direction to ships or aeroplanes. I couldn't believe my eyes. The pilot could not believe his eyes when he had the sight of his compass. The compass was turning round and round and round. The compass was taking turns only in the round movements. It was dead. It would not work. He understood that it had failed. The other instruments were suddenly dead too. He found his other supporting instruments. They had also been now dead. I tried the radio. Now he thought to take the help from the control agency, so he tried to contact them. Paris Control, can you hear me? There was no answer. The radio was dead too. I had no radio, no compass, and I could not see where I was. I was lost in the storm. Now, the author tried calling the Paris Control Agency again for the help, but could not get any connectivity due to the bad weather. So he was lost in the storm. Then, in the midst of then, in the black clouds quite near me, I saw another aeroplane. It had no lights or its wings, but I could see it flying next to me through the storm. When everything was failing, now the author found a ray of hope to see another aeroplane flying just next to him in the storm. But surprisingly, it had no lights on its wings. I could see the pilot's face turned towards me, but the author felt relieved to see the response of that plane's pilot, as he was also willing to help him to escape from the storm. So that's why he felt very glad that the pilot, he had understood his problem and knew that their plane was lost, and now he was readily going to take him out of the storm. Follow me, he was saying. Follow me. He knows that I am lost. I thought he's trying to help me. The other pilot seemed to be very kind, and he understood that he had lost the way. So he waved his hand to give indication to follow him. He turned his aeroplane slowly to the north in front of my Dakota, so that it would be easier for me to follow him. So he started now moving ahead of his plane so that the path should become clear for the lost aeroplane to follow him. I was very happy to go behind the strange aeroplane like an obedient child. Author followed him like an obedient child, and he was very happy that he would be now out of the storm. After half an hour, the strange black aeroplane was still there in front of me in the clouds. Now there was only enough fuel in the old Dakota's last tank to fly for 5 or 10 minutes more. I was starting to feel frightened again, as the author was chasing the strange black aeroplane for more than half an hour. He still found himself surrounded by the clouds, and he started feeling frightened again, as there was very less amount of fuel left in the plane's tank. But then he started to go down. I followed through the storm. But the next moment he found the pilot. He started now going down now. And the author, he also started now following the way of that pilot and come out of the storm. Suddenly, I came out of the clouds and saw two long straight lines of lights in front of me. It was a runway, an airport. I was safe. Though the author didn't know where he had landed, but he had come out of the storm with the help of that pilot. He was safe now. And when he looked downward, he found there two strong straight lines of lights. That was the lights of the runway. Runway is a strip of hard ground where the aircrafts take off and land. So before him there was an aeroplane, but the sky was empty. He started now searching for that helping friend, but he found nothing in the sky. There was nothing there. The black aeroplane was gone. I couldn't see it anywhere. The pilot and his plane both had disappeared from the sky. The sky was empty. I landed and was not sorry to walk away from the old Dakota near the control tower Now, after the landing, the author didn't have to bother or attend his old Dakota's safety anymore. So, he left it and rushed towards the control tower. I went and asked a woman in the control center where I was and who the other pilot was. And there he inquired from the lady sitting there about the place of his landing and about the other pilot of that black aeroplane. I wanted to say thank you. The author was full of gratitude for that pilot. He wanted to thank him. But to his utmost surprise, the lady laughed to hear his question. She looked at me very strangely and then laughed. Another aeroplane up there in the storm. No other aeroplanes were flying tonight. Yours was the only one I could see on the radar. Now, to his utmost surprise, the lady informed him that there was no other plane flying in the sky except his because of the bad weather. Even the radar had only detected his plane in the stormy sky. Now let's conclude. So, who helped me to arrive there safely without a compass or a radio and without any more fuel in my tanks? Who was the pilot on the strange black aeroplane flying in the storm without lights? Author is left astonished now with lot of questions that were unanswered in his mind. He was thinking that who was the person who helped him to arrive safely without a compass or a radio or without any more fuel in his aeroplane tank. Now it remained an unsolved mystery in his mind. Now to see this ending, dear kids, you may be thinking, who helped the narrator for his safe landing? Definitely, someone may have helped to reach safely on the land. But always remember that it is always our willpower that takes us out from the crisis. I hope you have liked the story. Thank you, everyone.